Go back to our top story now. Former President Jacob Zuma is lodging a complaint against Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo with the Judicial Service Commission. That's after Zuma failed in his bid to have Zondo recuse himself as chair of the state capture inquiry. Let's get some reaction now from constitutional law expert Professor Pierre de Vos. A very good afternoon to you, Pierre, and thank you very much for your time. So what does this refusal to recuse himself, that's Justice Raymond Zondo, mean for the former President Jacob Zuma?
Well, we don't know what it's going to mean in the future. It means that the commission must go ahead. The problem is that President Zuma is not seemingly obeying the legal orders, the subpoena to come and testify. So it's probably going to end up in court, maybe in more than one kind of way. And obviously all of this has the potential to delay the proceedings of the commission, or at least the part that relates to Jacob Zuma.
Does he have any leg to stand on, the former president?
On the review application, I'll be extremely surprised if it's successful, because the law and the facts were against him. The test is very strict. You have to bring the evidence, and on the arguments presented, there was not really any evidence that would persuade a reasonable person that there was going to be bias or fear that there would be bias. So that's not going to work. And on the referral to the Judicial Service Commission, I find that quite bizarre, because the very nature of recusal is that the judge who is is being asked to recuse, he is a judge in his or her own cause, so to speak, because that judge, he or she, must make the decision. So to complain that it is judicial misconduct because he did make a decision in which he's himself involved seems to be to complain about the process that the law prescribes.
Pierre, the former president walked out of the state capture inquiry. If any, what are the implications for that move?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I know what all the implications are, but there are some potential legal implications. The Commissions Act says it's a criminal offence unless you have a just excuse, and a just excuse will not be, well, we're planning in the future to take it on the recusal application on review. And so he might be, I don't know if it will happen, but he might be charged for contravening that section of the Act, a maximum sentence of 6 months in prison. And there's the question that there's also the possibility of him having been in contempt of court. So those are the immediate consequences. In the long term, the consequences might be, if he succeeds in all of these things, that he will not have to testify, or he won't testify, and that he would have been achieving the goal that he had set out to achieve from the very beginning.
Pierre, just before I let you go, a lot of people have looked at the state capture inquiry as something that is of no use. It's futile. It serves no purpose to the corruption and at least the justice that which we seek from the corruption that happens in this country. What does the former president's testimony mean for the state capture inquiry? Why is it so much needed by the inquiry?
Okay, so the commission can continue without his evidence, but the problem is that the former president is at the heart of the whole system and all the allegations. And so the report that is going to be presented at the end is going to be more credible, I think, if the former president's version is also on record, and so that the court, the commission, can make an evaluation. Who's lying? Is it the president, former president? Is it Fake Mentor? You know, so legally it's not going to make a difference, except if he doesn't testify, he won't be able to implicate himself, and the Hawks might not get any information to follow up. But it is the credibility of the commission, because it doesn't make legally binding findings. The credibility is rather important for how the report is acted on afterwards.
That was constitutional law expert Professor Pierre de Vos. Thank you very much for your time. Now,